Like, you know how bad social media is, don't you?
Oh, every day it's like just doom scrolling. It's that automatic, like, get your phone out of your pocket and you don't even know what you're looking at. You're literally just there, like, woo, going through everything.
No, and I heard one thing recently about how it's almost like a slot machine, how you're just continually going to the next thing, and it's meant to be addictive like that. Same thing as gambling or any of these other things. Like, it's meant to be that addictive, which is crazy.
Yeah, I think that's what it's made for, though, isn't it? Like, and those short reels, those short videos, it's that you're not going to get anyone's attention span. Everyone's just such a short.
Basically say in the first 3 seconds of a clip, that's where it needs to be, the where you grab somebody in, because that's how short our attention spans have gotten, to where it needs to be quick or they're going on to the next, it needs to be quick or they're going on to the next, and it's that quick of a thing. And the American Psychiatric Association found that 62% of adults get anxious without access to their phone. Isn't that crazy?
That's bad.
It's
Like,
ridiculous.
They're attached to people, and to think people can't live without them is wild. Like,
I mean, at the end of the day, social media itself isn't the problem. It's like you are, the people who are misusing it. That's the problem, because you can have social media on your phone and not be an hour or 2 hours scrolling on it every single day, but use it for a purpose.
100%, and that's what we're doing.
Absolutely. And that's why it's so like beneficial. Everybody wants more freedom. Everybody wants more flexibility. And that's why I think with social media, it's so addictive, because you're able to see the best from people. You're able to see them traveling. You're able to see them having that type of freedom that you want. So you just get so stuck in a loop of watching this and getting that instant gratification from it, to where you just get stuck in it. And then that's why nothing changes, because you're just getting this instant gratification for something, instead of actually creating something for yourself that's long term and creates the type of future for yourself that you're seeing on your screen.
Definitely. And I think someone's once said to me, well, not even just one person, but social media is that highlight reel. Like, you don't always see the real life. Like, people aspire to be like people on social media, but this is kind of, in a way, how you can use it as a tool to be able to earn from that, like, in a positive way. Like, we can use this thing that's in our pocket that we're using all day every day, that is attached to us, to actually make an income and be able to earn from anywhere. As long as you've got that Wi-Fi network, you've got the tool, you've got your...
Absolutely. I mean, worldwide, over 5.24 billion people use social media just in 2025. Just in 2025. That's about 63% of the global population. Like, imagine if you actually use such a big resource, because you see how much it's growing. You see how much AI is getting absolutely crazy. You watch videos and you can't tell if it's real or if it's AI. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. And social media is growing. The amount of people on social media is growing. And it's such a platform to where, if you used it in a positive way, you would be able to create something to where you are having the freedom that you're wanting. And that's why, as much as people use it, as much as it's growing, it's not something that's slowly decreasing. You could actually build something that is hugely profitable for yourself.
Definitely. I just want to touch on you saying, like, what was it, 5.2 billion people use social media. Like, that just shows how many people use it, and think of how many different platforms they use as well. So, like, even if it isn't, I know we use a lot of Instagram, like, there's so many different ones out there, and it is worldwide. So think how many people you can reach by just putting a little reel out on social media. You are never going to do that in any normal business. Do you know, like, you have that brick and mortar business, it is in one place. Yes, you can put some ads out there, but realistically, how many people, say a bakery, are gonna come to that bakery? Do you know, from far and wide?
That's the problem. You have to be there too. If you're not there, who's going to be there? Well, you're going to have to hire somebody. That's going to be a big, huge expense. But again, with social media, it's things are already running without you having to be right there touching it, without you having to be right there monitoring it. You can post something, or you can put something out there, and it'll be running and running and running until you tell it to stop. Like, that's incredible. That's entirely different. And I've seen how strenuous an actual brick and mortar business can be, how every 24/7 you can be working because you're the only person that's fueling it. And hopefully if it grows, then that doesn't change. That only grows, you being more in command of it and more in demand of it, to where you need to be there, you need to be working on this, you need to be working on that. You're getting more customers, which is great, but then you're putting more of your time and your energy out, and then you're still going to get burnt out because you're the one that's having to do it, and you're the one that is putting all your energy into it. And it's just, it still leads you at that same place, to where starting a business is great, but the type of business that you start actually matters, because you can get burnt out in it just like you can get burnt out in a job working for someone else. But I have specific accounts that I follow, and I'll just go on to the app and I'll just see what they've posted. And I think that's one of those things to where you can use social media as a inspiration, and you can use it for a specific purpose, but you can also limit yourself to where you're going to say, I'm not just going to sit here for an hour and scroll whatever scrolls up on my feed. That's what I'm going to watch for the next hour as I go through these endless things. Like, there's using it as a tool for growth, and then there's just consuming. You want to get to the place where you're creating more than you are consuming in every single area of your life.
We've probably done this, but clicked on a matcha video and then all of a sudden you've got a green feed, because it's like, look at this matcha, look at this flavour, this place, and it's constant because you've clicked on it. That's when the algorithm hits, and it's like, oh, she likes that, so it's going to continue to show. And I just think, with you saying that, and like how much time you spend and limiting who you're watching, all those sorts of things, and following, you can check on your phone how long you spent on social media. And
I've avoided it over, like, that's when I knew I was on my phone a lot. I'm like, I never check that, because I know I'm gonna feel that guilt around it.
Yeah. Do you know what, sometimes I think you think, oh, I haven't been on it that much today, and then you look and you're like, 4 hours on socials, and you're like, where has 4 hours of my day gone? Like, it's crazy. You can put a limit on different apps as well, which could be an option for people.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's crazy how much time you do consume in it and you don't even notice. And that time you could genuinely put into something else that gives you so much more return from it, gives you so much more fruition from it than it does of just sitting on your phone scrolling. 22% of adults said social media contributed to poor sleep habits. 21 said that it made their self-image worse. And I think that's one of those things you see a lot too, and I used to do, but when you can't sleep at night, you get on your phone and scroll. Like, we've said that before to each other, and it's one of those things that, as you do limit these things, that it might not feel like it's the direct contribution to how you're feeling or how your body is feeling, it will improve it. Because I sleep great. Like, that's one of the things. I used to sleep terrible. Years ago, I used to sleep terrible. You sit there and you think of all these things that could be going on. You run through these scenarios and all these things. And it's fueled by what you watch. We watch and this is bringing a whole other topic with TV, but we watch so much drama play out. We watch all of these negative situations play out that we'd never want to go on in our own lives. But we're steady seeing it, that then impacts us in a way to where we are thinking about it as if it's something that's happening to us. And I think mentally we conceive way many more things than what actually comes into reality. And that's such a dangerous place to be.
I think with you saying about scrolling before bed, like, how many times have you had a dream about something you've probably seen just before you've put your phone down? Like, it's because it goes into your subconscious, doesn't it? And then you're thinking about it without even knowing, and then you have a dream about someone that, I don't know, you've probably not seen since school or something crazy, and they just come up because they've popped up. What else was it?
Do you know nighttime is one of the main things of where you absorb things at night more than you do at any other time of the day? You've not had any sleep all day. Your body is at that place of sort of exhaustion in a way. And there's been research that that's the point of the day to where you'll buy things more easily because you're not thinking about it. You'll consume things more easily. It'll stick with you more easily because you're at that place to where your guards are kind of down. You're tired. You want to go to sleep. You haven't slept all day. And then that's the place to where you're most impacted. Like, that's scary, thinking that a time of the day to where people use it as relaxation to scroll, when that's a huge part of your day that's going to impact your life, that it's used in such a negative way. Like, imagine again switching it around, using it as in a positive way to where in the biggest part of the day where you're going to be most influenced, where your guards are down the most, using it in a way that's actually going to be beneficial to your future. I think it's huge versus the exact opposite.
Definitely. I think people, they could have had a bad day at work or something like that, and they just turn to social media, and it might be that, I don't know, they purchase something online from doing that because they're just like, oh, I need to treat myself, I've had a bad day. Do you know what I mean? But I think that, I'm just turning it around onto the business, but it works in the same sort of way. Like, we get home, a lot of people have 9 to 5s when they start this business, and they come home and usually that's what they're sat doing, doom scrolling, sat watching Netflix. It's a bit of a waste of their evening. Then they'll start the business and they'll put 2 hours on an evening into their business, and this is when people are genuinely interested. People are scrolling to then find and start a business as well as so I think that's like the perfect time to, I don't know, get involved, you know, figure out if,
I think this whole topic of the social media, at the base of it, it's knowing that every single thing that you do in your day, it should have some sort of purpose in it. And I think when you look at it in that way, to what am I doing? What is it contributing to? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it my version of relaxing to where I'm not actually consuming anything that is relaxing? What's the purpose of it? What's it contributing to? If it's not in a positive light, if it's not in a positive future to where you're actually creating, or it doesn't align with your goals, it might be time to change that around. It might be time to substitute that time to something that actually is beneficial. Starting a business to where you're going to see profitability, you're going to have the freedom that you've been watching online, and create a life to where you don't want to scroll. Because why in the world would you want to scroll when you have all this fun things you can do, when you have all this, your family, you have your loved ones, you're able to travel, you're able to do all these amazing things. The last thing you want to do is scroll and look at other people's lives. Like, that's where you want to be.
You can create it yourself. Simple as that.
Simple as that. Absolutely.
Literally, mic drop.
Mic drop. That's it.
Done.